I live in Colorado where we have a lot of wildfires. I mean, all over the Western United States. Um, and I believe I heard recently from our realtor friend that almost all houses in the mountains that are being built now are required to have metal roofs because of the fire resistance.
Yeah. And I know you're familiar with, the Oregon, Central Oregon area. You both are. I was talking to, we've had some pretty horrific fires that have come very close to where you guys are at. And the rebuild there, a lot of insurance companies, same thing. They're requiring the homeowners to put metal on their roofs. So there's a reason insurance companies are doing that. And then one thing I didn't touch on that I tend to overlook because I'm always digging into the more um, you know, weather related or cost savings related things with metal roofing. But if you're a homeowner and you're worried that you don't want to put a roof on that's going to look like metal, or you don't want to go with a barn roof, as a lot of homeowners think, come to the metal roofing website, because we'll show you roofs that look like wood shake. We'll show you roofs that look like concrete or clay tile. There's even roofs that look like asphalt. Metal can come in any way, shape, and form and look like any other product out there. And so from an aesthetics perspective, there's no reason you wouldn't want to go with a metal roof as well.
Yeah, the versatility is amazing. Yeah, it's hard to differentiate sometimes. Like, that's actually a metal roof. I had no idea. Yeah.
I've run into that problem.
So I know that part of the Metal Roofing Alliance is education, and not just for contractors, but also homeowners. And I hear that you have a new guide, the new Residential Roofing Basics for Metal Guide. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. We just based off questions we were receiving from homeowners, and then also from contractors that install asphalt roofing that are looking to learn a bit more about the metal side, or to get into roofing from installing windows. I mean, we get hit up with a lot of questions. And the one thing that I realized is that there are a lot of people that just don't understand the basics of a roof. So it's really hard as a homeowner. It's really hard to go out and find someone who's quality. It makes it harder to find someone who's quality when you don't speak the language, or you don't understand the nuances of a roof and the different types of parts of a roof, and different aspects that play into replacing your roof. And so we saw a similar guide at a regional show, and we thought, there's something there. And so we've taken kind of the concept and developed that into something a little more robust. It covers, what are the bits and parts of a roof, that need to be considered? What are they called? What do they look like? Why do they matter? And then it also then goes into just a very high level summary of the different roofing materials out there, and provides pros and cons, because every roof has a pro, every style or type of roofing material has a pro, every one has a con. We think metal has less cons and more pros, but at the end of the day, we wanted to give them just a quick brush guide of, what is a roof, and what are the bits and parts, and why does it matter? So yeah, that would be something really good for a homeowner to download, and just go through and educate yourself really quickly if you're not familiar with the language before you reach out to a professional.
Absolutely. So, why would you say this is so useful for a new homeowner? Maybe someone like a Gen Z couple that they want to buy their first home. Why should they download this? You kind of touched on it a little bit already, but maybe go in more.
Yeah, well, I think it's that self-education piece a bit. So if you're new, if you're going to be a new homeowner, period, before you even buy a house, I would hope that you would have some level of understanding of the roof, because that's one of the most expensive things that you're probably going to have to replace on that house. And so, with that in mind, again, understanding, what a gable is, and what the different pitches and different designs of a roof line look like, what they're called, and what kind of complexity they can add to a roof, different things you have to think of when it comes to replacing that roof. So, and setting aside the roof replacement period, just learning your roof enough to know this, and this guide will help you where the pain points might be. So, if you've got a certain roof line where you've got different angles meeting up, that might be a great place to make sure that, the flashing materials are in place, or, just things of that nature. So it really is, it's just a good educational piece.
Yeah, definitely. And what's your favorite part of the Roofing Basics Guide?
I love the simplicity of it. I think it gets very easy for me and others that have been in the industry for a long time to just assume everybody knows that stuff. And I love that we took it down to just the basics, and no big speak, no anything that that's going to make someone feel small or silly for not knowing that. And I like that about the guide.
AskARoofer minisodes are brought to you by AskARoofer.com and RoofersCoffeeShop.com. In each bite-sized episode, we explore everything from basic roof maintenance tips to the latest in roofing technology and sustainability. Whether you're a homeowner, a building owner, or just curious about the craft, these minisodes are packed with valuable insights to help you navigate your roofing projects and home or building ownership with confidence. So stay tuned, solve your roofing puzzles, and let's stay ahead of the curve with AskARoofer minisodes. Go to AskARoofer.com to learn more today.